because, of course, they begin tournament play next week as well. They begin on a Saturday evening. And he said we wanted to concentrate on our tournament opener. This is a rescheduled game anyway from back on February the 6th. We talked before this ball game that, well, had this been the middle of the season, maybe they would have canceled it again. But as it is, it's the end of the season, and they'll play it, and the Tigers win the tip. And here we go. Watts over to Montez Norris, who shoots a three and hits it, and the Tigers one shot and a 3-0 lead. Nice way to start.
Important for the Tigers to get scoring up and down the scoring column and not have it be a Darren Harris, Jalen Watts type of scoring night. Contributions off the bench for both these teams going to be critical tonight as well.
Raiders into the paint, trying to get it to the hole was Dominique Murray, but Dominique traveled with the basketball, so he turns it over, and Senior High gets the pumpkin back, and here they come.
Many are making a case for Warren Harding that they were on the road last night, have to turn around, take the 2.5-hour bus trip within a 24-hour period. But these Tigers, after tonight, they've got an afternoon start at Massillon, Washington tomorrow. So a lot of travel for both these squads over a 3-day window.
Jalen Watts shoots, misses, rebound off to Warren Harding. Raiders into the front court. Justice Parker with a basketball on the right wing. Looks to his left, now back to his right, bounces it inside to Shaheed Davis, and a foul on the floor, and that's going to go, I think, against Devin Benson. Let's see.
It'll be the first on Benson, contact along the baseline.
And there is head coach Stephen Arnold of Warren Harding.
There's the bump by Benson, the first on the Tigers.
Shaheed Davis shoots, misses, off the square, off the rim, everything, but it didn't go down. Tigers quickly up the floor. Darren Harris to the hole, put it up, missed it, but he's fouled, and he'll shoot 2 from the line.
The 6'7" sophomore Shaheed Davis guilty of the foul, and if he's going to get a foul, the sophomore got his money's worth.
Darren Harris, the All-Ohio honorable mention from last year, will step to the line. And if anybody's an enforcer on this team, it would be number 24 right there, 24. From the left, shoots and misses the first short. And as we said in the open, this will be a tournament preview for Mansfield Senior, because once they get beyond the sectional, they'll be seeing tall timber, if you will, such as they will see here this evening. Second one in and out, tip no good, rebound to John Bessick.
Tigers averaging over 35 rebounds a night. You know they're strong on the offensive end, rebounding the basketball. And they get the second chance opportunity here.
There's Jalen Watts inside the circle, back outside Bessick to Benson, deep at the baseline, wants to get the ball out of a double team, now dribbles out of it. Back to Watts, 3-0 Senior High, early first quarter. Bessick double teamed in tall timber there and traveled with a basketball. Official Lavelle Williams says you turn it over.
Warren Harding being opportunistic, looking for that Tiger trapped along the corner, and they jumped him with a double team and caused the turnover, and Harding turns it over right back.
Trey Brown took his eyes off the basketball, goes out of bounds right near his own bench, and Senior High gets it back. They lead 3-0, 6:23 to go in the opening period.
You made a comment about the common opponent being Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's. That was the team that Senior High lost to on Monday, 68-66, but Warren Harding throttled Akron St. V's 87-71. Beat him by 16.
Shot by Jalen Watts, no good. Rebound up the floor, Trey Brown. Guarded there by Darren Harris. Brown gets the basketball to Harden. Harden, top of the circle, step inside, kicks it off to Justice Parker. 3-ball up on the rim, not going to go. Rebound off to Harding. That comes to Murray. Murray will try to follow it. Air ball, rebound, Devin Benson. Jalen Watts up the floor. Jalen into the circle, spins, kicks a pass back outside. Montez Norris, 3, got it. Mansfield 6 and Warren G. Harding nothing. 5:39 to go first period.
Montez Norris has a pair of threes.
Into the front court comes Harden. Harden back outside, Parker. Parker top of the circle, spins, lost the ball, traveled with it.
Jalen Watts with a nice no-look pass into the corner to Montez Norris, who was nothing but net for the second time. And you wonder how long it'll be before Angel Gonzalez and Kenneth White see the floor for the Raiders. And it didn't take long because Kenneth White is at the scorer's table ready to check in.
Darren Harris inside the circle, now steps back outside. Foul line, into the paint, shot up, good. Mansfield 8, Warren Harding nothing. Couldn't ask for a better start if you're a Tiger fan. 5 minutes to play, first period.
That may not be Kenneth White at the scorer's table. That may be O'Neal Brown.
And Warren G. Harding turns it over. Long pass to Darren Harris, to the hoop, laid it up, slam dunk. Mansfield senior 10, Warren Harding nothing, 4:48 to go, and Coach Stephen Arnold says, timeout, I want to talk this over.
You wonder how long he can stick with that decision, and it was O'Neal Brown ready to check in, and not Kenneth White. Angel Gonzalez and White still on the floor. Darren Harris forces Steve Arnold to call the timeout with the two-handed slam. Harris has 4, Montez Norris has 6, and the Tigers have a 10-0 lead.
I would imagine Mansfield Senior 2 wants to make amends for their first loss, even though they lost to a high school that just about everybody knows, if you follow high school athletics at all, and that's Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. They've been known to put out a player or two.
Well, and their coach is a movie star now, Drew Joyce. He's a celebrity on the big screen.
And they had this guy named LeBron James, who I think had a cup of coffee in the NBA. 10-0 senior high, 4:40 left to go first quarter. Raiders into the front court. Harden with it, pestered by Jalen Watts. Harden, lob inside, got it to Davis. Davis turns, spins, nope. He walked with the ball. Warren Harding turns it over again.
Warren Harding still off the hangover that started last night when they were defeated 62-59 at Youngstown East. And it has carried over, and it is now a 24-hour variety.
And there you see Coach Parker. Jalen Watts, 18-footer, good. Mansfield Senior 12, Warren Harding nothing. 4:15 to go in the opening period. Senior high off to a heck of a start. I don't think anybody expected this. Harden into the front court. Harden gets it underneath. Davis puts it up, missed it. And again, senior high away with a rebound. Watts into the front court. Bounce pass. John Bessick laid it up, scored. Tigers putting on a clinic to start. They lead it 14-0 with 3:50 to go in the opening period. Here's Trey Brown. Tried to lob it underneath. It's picked up off the floor and finally put up and in by O'Neal Brown. And Warren Harding is on the board, 14-2 at the 3:38 mark, and they come up with a turnover. Running shot on the way, up and in by Justice Parker. And just like that, they've got 4 quick points.
And now at the scorer's table is Kenneth White and Angel Gonzalez. They will make their debut at about the halfway point of the first quarter.
Darren Harris, 3-ball, good. Mansfield 17, Warren Harding 4. 3:14 to go in the opening period. Raiders into the front court. Trey Brown with a basketball. Into the paint, spins, shot up, it's short. Tip up and in by Shahid Davis. 17-6 Mansfield Senior. 2:58 to go in the opening period.
That's what working around the offensive glass will do for you. Shahid Davis, just a sophomore right there for the tip-in.
Jalen Watts tried to get the ball into the corner, stolen away. Up with it, Jesse Harden. Harden to the line, to the lane, shot up from 3, and it rainbows in. 17-8, and Warren is now down by 9. They trailed by as much as 14. 2:37 to go, first period.
Both these teams run the floor very well. They can score their points in bunches. They can create turnovers in bunches. So the 14-0 Tiger lead, definitely not a safe one.
Darren Harris to the hole, up, short, foul though, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
O'Neal Brown was there. Let's see if he's the guilty Raider.
I would imagine, too, that a little bit of the bus ride, it's about a 2.5-hour drive from Warren here to Mansfield. With the weather conditions being the way they were, it was probably a little longer than that. I'm told they arrived here at Pete Henry Gym at about 5:15.
Foul was on Shahid Davis. That's the second on Davis. So he is likely to check out here at the first horn.
Harris's first foul shot up and in. Mansfield 18, Warren Harding 8, 2:22 to go, first period.
So at the 2:22 mark of the first quarter, message has been sent by head coach Steve Arnold of the Warren Harding Raiders. and Kenneth White and Angel Gonzalez into the ball game.
Gonzalez wears number 30, Kenneth White 42. Darren Harris to shoot again. The enforcer puts it up and got the roll. 19-8. Tigers by 11. They got off to a 14-0 start if you're just tuning in. Battle for the basketball midcourt, and one of the officials says it's a jump ball, and it'll go to Warren Harding.
Leading scorer in the ball game is Darren Harris. He's got 9. Remember, Montez Norris had the first 6 points of the night for the Tigers on a pair of threes.
Angel Gonzalez with the basketball. Works it against Don White Jr. Gonzalez to the lane, shot up. It's an air ball. Rebounded on the other side by Kenneth White. Down underneath, shot up on the rim. No good by Trey Brown. Whistle stops play. Ball out of bounds, and it will belong to Warren Harding, and Trey Brown will throw it in.
Senior high needs to be concerned about Warren Harding's ability to grab rebounds on the offensive end. That's 4 consecutive trips down the floor where Warren Harding has gotten an offensive rebound.
Here's Justice Parker, stolen away. Coming up with the basketball, Don White Jr. all the way home, laid it up, missed it. Rebound comes away to Kenneth White.
Not sure if he just missed it or it was slapped off the backboard by the trailing defender.
You may be right. Into the corner. Here's Kenneth White. Shot no good. Rebound, Devin Benson. Off to Keon Johnson, the smallest man on the floor. Keon backs up and resets the offense. 1:25 to go, first period. Tigers up 11.
Keon Johnson is certainly an example of somebody who plays far beyond his height and far beyond his years. He's listed as a 5'7" freshman. And he plays like about a 6'2" point guard that's been around for a long time.
Here's Dontrell Johnson, had the ball, lost it. Kenneth White comes up with it, and Don White steals it back to Darren Harris to the hole, put it up, put it in. Tigers 21, and the Raiders 8, 56 seconds and counting down.
That's 11 first quarter points for Darren Harris.
Into the front court, and they turn it over again. Does Warren Harding, and right back, senior high turns it over. Here's Parker. Parker fouled by Devin Benson. No, wait a minute. They're going to call Justice Parker for an offensive foul.
Parker lowered the shoulder, and the foul will work against him. That's his first, and the third on the Raiders.
43.5 seconds remaining here in the first period. Mansfield Senior up 21-8. As again, they will close out the regular season tomorrow afternoon with a JV start at 1 o'clock at Maslin.
Darren Harris takes a seat with under a minute left. You'll get a little extra break at the end of the first quarter. Harris with a fine first quarter, 11 points.
Dontrell Johnson tried to get it underneath to Don White. Warren Harding comes up with a takeaway. Trey Brown laid it up, put it in. Whoop, excuse me, Angel Gonzalez, with that goal. 15, 14, 13, clock running down. Dontrell Johnson, basketball again. That one was almost batted away and stolen, and knocking the ball out of bounds was O'Neal Brown. It goes out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Mansfield Senior, so it goes to Warren Harding with 7 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and the Tigers up 21-10. Here comes Gonzalez, and that ball tipped out of bounds by Dontrell Johnson. 1.3 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Catch and shoot, the only thing Warren Harding has time to do. Trying to get that deficit under 10 as we end the first.
Gonzalez will inbound it right in front of the Tigers student section. Gets the basketball, takes a look, turn, shot up on the rim, will not go by Trey Brown. And the first period's come to a close. After one, Mansfield 21, Warren Harding 10. Despite the weather, heck of a good crowd here at Pete Henry Gym tonight, befitting of 2 state-ranked teams in Division I as we're ready to start the second period. Tigers up 11, 21-10.
shooting in the first quarter for the Raiders. 5 of 15 from the floor. That's just 33%. Senior high, blistering. 67% on 8 of 12.
Stolen away by Angel Gonzalez, and he'll shoot. 3 ball on the rim. Not going to go. Rebound, Trey Brown. Underneath. Shot up, and good by Kenneth White. 21-12, Tigers by 9. Watts into the front court. Watts trapped right at about midcourt. Gets it off to Montez Norris, and the ball tipped out of bounds. Pass was intended for Don White. So the Tigers will reset.
Kenneth White, the Raider, with the last bucket. 6'4" and a senior. Long and lean, runs the floor well. Ian Gonzalez, potential roster mates on the McDonald's All-Star team.
Ball stolen away. Kenneth White to the hole. Layup. 21-14, 7:12 left to go here in the first half. Tigers into the front court. Montez Norris looks, gives it off to Jalen Watts. Gets it to Darren Harris. Darren inside the circle, left of the lane to the hole, put it up. It is short, but the rebound put back up and in by Don White Jr. Mansfield 23, Raiders 14. Harding into the front court. Angel Gonzalez shot off the glass and rim. No, whistle and a foul, and that's going to go against Warren Harding.
See which one of the Raiders the guilty party. Angel Gonzalez will pick up his first. 4th on the Raiders here in the first half.
My comment was when I first saw them come out for warm-ups, Warren Harding looked as though they had a track team playing basketball. They all look like high jumpers. Have to wonder how many of them do run track come springtime.
They've all got the height, too. It is a lineup rich in height.
Jalen Watts shot off the glass, no. Rebound, Darren Harris, jump ball called, and the possession arrow says Warren Harding.
Warren Harding began to frustrate the Tigers a little bit, looking to double team and sometimes triple team the basketball. But the Tigers are going to need to have good court awareness. If there's 3 guys on you, then 2 guys are open.
Into the front court comes Warren Harding. Here's Kenneth White. White in front of the Tiger bench. Bounce past Angel Gonzalez. Gonzalez about point blank, had his shot rejected by Don White.
Don White at 6 foot, showing he's going to get up. He can reject the shot just like anybody else. Take another look. Big guy working underneath.
Whack!
And White from the backside. Quick leaper, gets the block.
But right there is Kenneth White with a jumper off the glass and good. 23-16. Now Warren Harding to within 7. And again, Jalen Watts trapped at about midcourt. Gets it off to John Bessick. Gets it to Keon Johnson. Underneath Darren Harris to the hole. Put it up, scored. 25-16. Tigers up by 9 again. 5:58 to go in the half.
13 points for Darren Harris and the Tigers. Nice execution in the half court.
Here's Kenneth White. Bounces it off to Hardin. Hardin had his shot, I believe, tipped out of bounds. And it'll go back over to Warren Harding.
You're wondering about the conference affiliation for Warren Harding. They are an independent.
And athletic directors will tell you that's just like death. Because it's tough. Angel Gonzalez scores there. In close, 25-18. Tigers up the floor. Darren Harris, short jumper. Short, no good. Rebound, Kenneth White for Warren Harding. You're independent and you're good and you win. Not a lot of teams want to play you.
Yeah, nobody wants to see you.
Ask Orville when they were independent. Shot from the corner by Jesse Hardin, no good. Rebound, Mansfield senior. Darren Harris into the front court. Darren off to Jalen Watts to the hole, put it up, scored, and he's fouled, and he has a chance at a 3-point play.
Can't anticipate the contact any better than Jalen Watts did right there. Foul works on Jesse Hardin. That's the first on Hardin. And the 5th on the Raiders, in the half. Jalen Watts anticipating the contact from Hardin. He got it, and he got a bucket and a chance for a 3-point play.
Here's Jalen Watts from the right. It's up, it's short, and a rebound comes away to Gonzalez. Angel picked up by Don White. Tries to go behind the back, and he's fouled by Don White Jr., who almost had a steal.
First on Don White. 2nd on the Tigers. Devin Benson into the lineup. Don White is going to sit down.
Ball inbounded by Trey Brown. Gets it over to Jesse Hardin. Jesse. Pass off to Trey Brown. Shot up, no. Kenneth White rebound. Follow up, no good. Rebound, Devin Benson, and he's fouled from behind, and I think that's going to go against Angel Gonzalez. Is that his second?
That'll be the second on Gonzalez if that's who it's going to be called on, and I think it is. Sixth on the Raiders, and the second on Angel Gonzalez. Devin Benson's the guy the Tigers need on the floor to sweep up those rebounds. He did right there and drew the foul against Gonzalez.
I think there was 21 games in our area tonight, of which 15 were canceled. Many of them pushed to tomorrow as Jalen Watts shoots. It rolls around the rim. It doesn't go. The rebound comes away to Warren Harding. Ball comes away to Harden. Harden tried to get it ahead to Trey Brown. Trey Brown comes away with it, and they're going to get Darren Harris with a foul and a push.
First on Harris. Needs to watch his reaction. Could have gotten a technical foul on that reaction. There's the push right there. And then there's the reaction right there.
Yeah, I think he was nice about it. But then again, driving, Harden, shot up, no. Battle for the rebound, ball loose, controlled by John Bessick. Gets it ahead to Darren Harris, to the line, to the lane, to the hole, and that's two. 29-18 Mansfield, 4:27 to go here in the first half. Into the front court comes Warren Harding. Shot up, offline really. It's an air ball, but a foul called as Trey Brown went to the hole.
Jalen Watts picks up his first. That's the fourth on the team. Darren Harris, another nice job. He can score points by the bucketful, and he's got 15 here in the first half tonight.
Trey Brown from the right. Shot is up. Missed it. Next one coming. Terrence Diener checks into the Mansfield senior lineup. Sitting down, Darren Harris for a rest.
Trey Brown, a 6'4" junior, looking for his first point tonight.
It's coming. It's up. In, out, no good. Rebound, Mansfield senior. Devin Benson clears it away to Jalen Watts. Here comes senior high. Keon Johnson, double teamed about mid-court, in trouble, turned it over. Angel Gonzalez to the line, to the lane, to the hole, and that's a layup. 29-20, 4 minutes to go. Tigers by 9, first half.
Just like vultures, the Raiders looking for the basketball in the hands of the freshman and then apply the pressure.
Keon Johnson, three, no. Devin Benson, rebound, in traffic, he scored. 31-20, Mansfield, 3:46 to go, first half. Here's Kenneth White.
First points of the night for Devin Benson.
Kenneth spins, whistle, and he carried the basketball, and Warren turns it over.
Turnover number 9 committed by the Raiders. Senior high has turned it over 9 times as well. Jesse Harden will sit down for Steve Arnold and the Raiders. Into the ball game, Quentin Jackson for the first time tonight. Desmar Jackson, for Tiger fans that may be watching, Desmar Jackson, a first-team All-State performer last season for Warren Harding. So my natural question was, is the 6'2" junior Quentin Jackson related? The answer, no.
Jalen Watts, Dontrell, off to Keon, to the hole, put it up, missed it. Picked up by Jalen, off to Don White, put it up, missed it, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And if that was Angel Gonzalez, that could be his third, was it? Dominic Murray instead picks up the foul, his first.
I think Dominic's, he was our scheduled starter. However, he just came off the bench. Here's Don White. From the right, takes his time, puts it up, missed it short. Darren Harris is back into the senior high lineup. Terrence Diener sits down. And back in for Warren Harding is number 44, O'Neal Brown, and sitting down is Dominic Murray.
6'7" off the bench, O'Neal Brown. Thank you very much. That's a nice luxury to have on your bench.
He missed them both. Rebound, Angel Gonzalez. Gonzalez into the front court for the Raiders. Kicks a pass off to Harden. Shot up. Around the rim, no, by Kenneth White. Follow up, no good. Rebound, Darren Harris. Harris out of the pack into the front court for senior high. Going to try to take it all the way himself. Put it up, scored. Bucket counts, and it'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Mansfield 33 and Warren Harding 20. 3:05 to go in the half.
Jesse Harden guilty of his second within the last couple of minutes. Floater along the baseline by Darren Harris gives him 17 first half points. Your best players perform at their best in the biggest games.
And Darren Harris completes a three-point play. It's 34-20 in favor of Senior High. Tigers almost with a steal. Gonzalez, and they get it. Keon Johnson. Keon to the hole, put it up, banks it off the glass and scores. 36-20. Tigers by 16, their biggest lead of the night with 2:50 to go in the first half. Kenneth White kicks a pass over to Jackson. Jackson to the hole, put it up, put it in, but a foul before his shot. Quentin Jackson into the Warren Harding lineup.
Devin Benson may be the guilty party. It'll be Keon Johnson instead. Keon Johnson took a swipe on the way by. There's the turnover by Keon Johnson, and he's not a freshman anymore. He's got his first points of the night.
Angel Gonzalez put it up, put it in for Warren Harding, and it's 36-22. There's Darren Harris up the baseline to the hole, laid it in. Mansfield 38, Warren Harding 22, 2:28 to go here in the first half. Senior High looking sharp to this point.
That's 20 for Darren Harris. 20 of the 38 from number 24.
There's Kenneth White into the paint, to the hole. Shot high up off the glass. No, Devin Benson rebounds for Mansfield. Off to Keon Johnson. Keon carried the ball. Well, if anything, the Senior High Tigers are getting a good dose of quickness here.
Plenty of highlight reel out of Darren Harris, this time along the baseline. Playing up around the rim, he's got 20.
Side out, Warren Harding. Justice Parker will throw it in.
Coaches know the players that play around the rim, and Darren Harris is one of them. John Bessick into the lineup. Don White sits down for Effie James.
Justice Parker inbounds it to Quentin Jackson, who gets it over to Angel Gonzalez. 2:05 to go in the first half. Senior High up 38-22. Two state-ranked teams. One ranked 6th, that's Warren Harding. Tigers ranked 3rd as of Tuesday this week. And the ball tipped out of bounds. Who's it going to go to? It is going to go to back to Warren Harding.
Whether those rankings actually hold up is another story, because as we made mention, both teams have lost this week since those rankings came out.
Angel Gonzalez, 3-ball up and good, and he's fouled. You got to be kidding me. Nope. 38-25. We'll take a quick break and be back. Angel Gonzalez hits the foul shot. Darren Harris comes down the other way, hits the shot. Next shot by Jalen Watts, no good. Darren Harris tries to go back up, can't do it. 40-26, Mansfield Senior High, the score there. They'll call jump ball. Jalen Watts wrapped up Trey Brown, and it will go back to Mansfield Senior, the basketball.
Senior High jumped out to a 14-0 lead, and they've still got a 14-point advantage at the 124 mark. The Tigers have done a nice job.
Ball inbounded to Darren Harris, missed it. Rebound John Bessick. Bessick in traffic, and this time the possession arrow says after the jump ball, it's Warren Harding.
You kind of sense that when they put White and Gonzalez back on the floor for Warren Harding, that they were going to snap right back into the ball game, and it looked like for a moment when they were flirting with getting that deficit under 10 that they were going to do that, but the Tigers have turned them away each time.
Angel Gonzalez, 3-ball up. It is short. Battle for the rebound. Darren Harris has it, lost it, tried to throw it back in, but they say he stepped. Wait a minute. Thought he stepped out of bounds, but they say down in that corner, it was last touched by Warren's O'Neal Brown. So Senior High gets the rock with 1:07 left to go in the first half, and Senior High up 14, 40-26.
Kenneth White back into the game. Angel Gonzalez sits down. Commotion over in the corner. Darren Harris throws the basketball off of one of the Raiders who was out of bounds when he did so. So the Tigers maintain control.
Keon Johnson into the front court. He lobs it for Devin Benson. Benson back to Johnson. Keon off to Jalen Watts. Jalen baseline, back outside Keon Johnson. Johnson about midcourt, 42 seconds and running down in the first half. Bad pass. Whoop, picked up by Bessick. How in the world did he catch that? To Bessick underneath, tried to get it, or I should say from Devin Benson, tried to get it to Darren Harris. It bounces off his foot. Warren Harding comes up with a basketball. Jumper for three, up and in by Justice Parker. 40-29, Tigers by 11. 20 seconds and running down.
5 points for the late starter, Justice Parker.
Darren Harris tried to take it to the hole. Shot rejected by O'Neal Brown. Quentin Jackson with a basketball. Gets it back over to Kenneth White. 5 seconds to go in the half. 4. White spins, has the ball knocked away. 2, 1. There'll be no shot, and the half is over. After 2 quarters, Mansfield Senior leads Warren Harding 40-29. Because Hillsdale has to make up a game tonight that they would have had with Waynedale, and that's in the Wayne County Athletic League, and they're going to do that tomorrow as we get this one started in the second half.
It's yet to be determined just how much this Raider team misses Freddie Williams, 3-year starter, honorable mention All-State last year, dismissed from the team February the 8th for undisclosed reasons.
Here is Montez Norris, 3 ball short, but there's Darren Harris to clean up. 42-29 in favor of Mansfield Senior with a 13-point lead. Into the front court from the Raiders. Here's Harden. Harden dishes it off. Got it to Brown. Brown pull-up jumper from 18. Off the iron. No. Got his own rebound. In close. Nope. Dealt off this time underneath O'Neal Brown, but he's fouled as he went to the hoop, so he will shoot 2 from the line.
John Bessick picks up his second. First on the Tigers here in the second half. O'Neal Brown, 6'7" senior to the line. He's got a pair. And he'll shoot 2.
There's a good look at the young man as he pulls up and shoots. Missed the first. A little too strong.
Just 1 out of 4 from the line tonight for Warren Harding.
You try again. Takes a look. Shoots it. Missed it. Rebound Devin Benson. Off to Darren Harris. Harris into the front court. Harris with a bounce pass off to Montez Norris to the hole. Laid it up. Missed everything. Battle for the rebound. Who's got it? Controlled by Warren Harding's O'Neal Brown. Brown got it off to Harden. Harden throws it. Tried to get it to Angel Gonzalez. And the Tigers come up with a basketball. Harding turns it over.
Quick hands in the passing lanes by the Tigers. 12th turnover tonight committed by the Raiders.
Montez Norris underneath. Darren Harris to the hole. Laid it up. Missed it. Tipped by Devin Benson. No good. Rebound off to Warren Harding. Harden into the front court. Harden back outside Gonzalez. Harden again. Looks inside. Picked up by Darren Harris. Bounce pass O'Neal Brown. Got it over to Justice Parker. Back to Gonzalez. He'll drive in the lane. Shot up. No, but a foul called, and that is a 2-shot foul, which will send Angel Gonzalez, number 30, to the line.
Third on John Bessick. He becomes the first player on either team to pick up the third. John White will check in for Bessick.
6:30 to go in the third period. Tigers up by 13. Gonzalez is first, up and in.
.13 points for Angel Gonzalez.
Don White back into the lineup. John Bessick will sit down.
Warren Harding will play their sectional at Solon High School.
Second one good. 42-31. Here's Darren Harris. Montez Norris. 3 ball is up. It's short off the iron. No. Gonzalez with a rebound. Runs it into the front court. He had numbers. Now loses them. Now will take it to the hole himself. Miss it. Rebound Don White. Off to Darren Harris.
Harding will play Saturday, March 6th at 1 o'clock against the Maple Heights Cleveland Lincoln West winner, as they are the #1 seed in the Solon sectional. And Effie James wants timeout.
Timeout, Mansfield Senior. We'll take a break and be back.
Here are just some of the latest job openings on MansfieldAreaHelpWanted.com.
One flexible hours. How about this full or part-time insurance sales position in Mansfield? Check the website. Vector Marketing with full or part-time position.
Warren Harding lost to Mentor 99-91. They lost to Canton McKinley 59 to 50. And as we've said last night, they lost to Youngstown East 62 to 59.
Shot by Montez Norris, no good. Rebound comes away to Warren Harding. Here's Kenneth White. Has the ball taken away by Don White. Throws it into the front court as he was going out of bounds. Back to Angel Gonzalez. Three ball is no good. Battle for the rebound, and Warren Harding's got it. Back to Gonzalez. Short jumper from 9 around the rim. It will not go. Battle for the rebound. It's out of bounds, and it'll go to Senior High.
Tiger fans know that the lone Mansfield senior loss was Monday to Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's 68-66. Tigers will play out of the Willard sectional in Division I, and their first tournament game Friday the 5th of March, the early game in a doubleheader night. They will play the winner of Ashland and Fremont Ross.
Here's Darren Harris, pull-up shot, good, and the assist to Jalen Watts. 44-31, Tigers by 13. 5:05 to go, third quarter.
26 of the 44 Tiger points belong to Darren Harris.
Gonzalez trying to create something, can't find anything. Instead, gives it away to Kenneth White, who shoots, no good. Ball out of bounds, and I don't believe it hit anything, and it'll go back to Senior High.
Been a couple of times, and moments ago was one of those times where you felt that with Angel Gonzalez hitting a shot, getting the possession back, Raiders were in a position to make a run, and they just have not been able to complete any runs, as the Tigers have kept that double-digit lead most of the way, the lead they opened up with.
Montez Norris to Devin Benson, back outside Jalen Watts, right in front of his coach. Gives it away, Darren Harris underneath. Don White laid it up, no good. Stuffing it home, Devin Benson. 46-31, Senior High, 4:23 to go and counting, third quarter.
The rebounder was right there for the offensive rebound and the exclamation point. He's got 4 points.
Here's Brown driving, pulling up, shooting, scoring, but he got that one before the whistle blew and a foul called.
Jalen Watts. Let's look again at Devin Benson. The inside pass, Don White trying to make it happen, can't. But cleaning up is Devin Benson.
Boom, boom, and boom on that one. Side out, Warren Harding. Brown inbounds the basketball. Out on top it comes to Angel Gonzalez again. Gonzalez drives, stops, wants to pass off, looks inside, back outside, goes to Brown, and they say Brown stepped out of bounds when he caught the ball. Turnover.
Officials
Coach Parker can't, or Coach Arnold, excuse me, can't be too happy with the way his team has played here tonight.
Well, remember, he was trying to send a message by sitting down 2 of the premier players and starting JV players in their place. And so far tonight, they haven't gotten the message.
Underneath to Don White Jr. Don goes up, and against probably anybody else in this area, that's an easy 2, but this is Warren Harding. He'll have to earn him from the line after the foul, as you see Coach Steve Arnold.
Shaheed Davis, 6'7" sophomore, guilty of the foul on Don White. That's the 3rd on Davis.
First one up, good. 47-31. Tigers by 16 with 3:49 remaining in the third.
3 points for Don White. I was going to say officials in the ball game tonight, Mr. Delbert Caldwell, Mr. Lavelle Williams, and Mr. Ashley Packer.
Second one good, and the Tigers have their biggest lead of the night at 48-31.
And here's some Ohio State trivia I don't think that you would know. Ashley Packer, one of our officials tonight, his niece, a member of the Ohio State women's basketball team.
There you go. Warren Harding turns it over, and the Tigers get the basketball right back. And there is some delay here. A couple of the officials are going to discuss this, and some question about possession of the basketball. 2 officials looked at each other, talked about it, and said, okay, we're fine.
Officials have done an outstanding job for two teams that can run the floor like these 2 can. They have been in control from the beginning.
There's Jalen Watts, gets it to Darren Harris. Darren drives with a spin and a shot that was rejected, and the rebound off to Shaheed Davis, and whistle, and let's see. Stops action, but it'll be side out Warren Harding. Brown with it, gets it off to Gonzalez. Gonzalez runs it into the front court. Gonzalez tries to take it all the way home, put it up, and put it in. So he took it coast to coast, 48-33. Mansfield Senior by 15 with 3:15 to go in the third.
16 for Gonzalez.
There's Jalen Watts, jumper for three on the rim. Doesn't get the bounce. Ball loose. Rebound Warren Harding. Gonzalez in the backcourt. Gonzalez gets it ahead to Brown. Brown inside the circle. He spins. Underhanded shot up on the rim. Won't go, but he's fouled. Let's see who that one goes against. I think it's going to go Don White.
Second on Don White, fourth on the team, as John Bessick prepares to check back in for Mansfield Senior.
At the line, Trey Brown from the right. Shots up. It's no good. 2:58 remaining, third period. Devin Benson will sit down, and John Bessick is back into the Tiger lineup. Second one by Brown is up. That one's good. 48-34. And Warren Harding cuts the lead down to 14.
First point of the night for Trey Brown. We don't know the circumstances behind Freddie Williams' dismissal, but this Warren Harding team is struggling without him.
Jalen Watts, runner up and good from the left side. 50-34, Mansfield Senior. 2:40 to go, third quarter. Lob underneath, shot up and put in by Shaheed Davis. Tigers into the front court. Darren Harris almost lost the basketball, now controls it. Back outside Keon Johnson, and he's fouled. And that foul will go against Shaheed Davis.
That's 4 on Davis. See if that gets him a seat along the bench. It will. Kenneth White will check back into the lineup. Davis will take a seat with 4 personal fouls.
2:28 remaining, third period. Tigers up by 14. Keon Johnson off to Jalen Watts. Jalen Watts tried to throw a pass inside, and it's taken away. Angel Gonzalez to the hoop, laid it up, scored. 50-38. Back to within a dozen is Warren Harding. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to play, third quarter.
It was an 11-point halftime lead for the Tigers, so they've actually pushed the lead out by a point.
Keon Johnson in big trouble, actually lost the basketball. They throw it ahead to Brown. Brown to the line, to the lane, and that's an easy two again. Harding's pressure starting to get to senior high. Timeout, Mansfield. As Warren Harding has cut a 17-point deficit down to 10 with $1:55 remaining in the third.
18 points for Angel Gonzalez leads the way for the Raiders. But they've gotten support here in the third quarter from Shaheed Davis. They've gotten 3 points out of Trey Brown in the quarter. Darren Harris leads all scorers. He's got 26.
Our next game here on WMFD TV will be a sectional final here at Pete Henry Gym in Division II between Lexington and Willard come next week. Then we think if the two match up, and at least that's the prediction, what everybody thinks will happen, we may have a district semifinal from Willard High School on Thursday night between Mansfield Senior and Marion Harding, but that's down the road. The game you see on the screen is next week, and that is a D2 sectional final.
And remember, when we move to tournament, the games move to videotape. We'll have replays for you midnight and Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Same time slots that the football game of the week occupies.
And that is not our doing. That is per order from the OHSAA. So if you're wondering why, that's why. $1:50 to go, third quarter. Tigers up 10 over Warren Harding. Don White to Keon Johnson. Bounces it underneath Darren Harris to the hoop. Missed it. Rebound. White had it. Lost it. Whistle foul. And that'll go against somebody wearing black. As the official steps over to make the call. That's going to go against Dominique Murray.
Second on Murray, and the third on the Raiders here in the half.
Side out Tigers. Darren Harris with it. Keon Johnson. Down with a bounce pass to Jalen Watts. Jalen in traffic, jumps it up, and gets the roll. Mansfield 52, Warren Harding 40. 1:27 to go in the third. Into the front court, White. Step beyond the foul line, jumper up, no. John Bessick rebounds for Mansfield. Watts into the front court. 1:12 to go in the third. Tigers by a dozen.
Now the Tigers again looking to turn back that run. Raiders got it down to 10, but the Tigers are clawing right back.
Darren Harris to the hole as he was in a real, slap-happy mood with a bunch of Warren Harding Raiders who wanted the basketball, put a shot up, missed it, but in the process was fouled.
Second quick foul on Dominic Murray, his third overall. Fourth on the Raiders in the second half. Darren Harris to the line with 26 points on the night.
Darren from the left. Shot is up. Good. Mansfield 53, Warren Harding 40. A little bit of action under there was my ball. No, mine. Talk about a bunch of gnats going after the ball all at once. Second one up. Good. Nothing but the inside of the net. Tigers back up by 14, 54-40. Harding quickly into the front court. Brown back to Angel Gonzalez. 58 seconds counting down the third quarter. Don White almost had a personal there reaching in. Brown bounces it off. Gonzalez, three ball. Good. Mansfield 54. Warren G. Harding 43. 40 seconds to go in the third.
21 points now for Angel Gonzalez. He leads Warren Harding.
Keon Johnson. Johnson underneath. Don White laid it up, scored. 56-43. 27 seconds to go. Tigers by 13.
Pretty simple recipe. Beat pressure on the perimeter. Get the ball down to one of your guys on the block. Tigers did it. White converted. Don White's got 6.
14 seconds to go in the period.
I think it's a little easier said than done, though.
Kenneth White. Ball underneath. Shot up. Put in by Dominic Murray. 5-4. Stolen away by Gonzalez. Gonzalez against Watts. Fadeaway three. No. Tip, no. Nope. Tip put up. Was it good? Yes. 56-47. I believe Kenneth White got the tip. And just like that, 56-47. It's a 9-point lead for Mansfield Senior as we end the third.
The art and science of nursing is here. Med Central College of Nursing prepares students Community Bank.
Brown jumps it up, misses it. Gonzalez with a rebound. He can't get it to go. A third tip is no good. Players chase after the basketball. It's picked up on the floor by Dre Brown. He spins, he shoots. It won't go, but a foul called, and that's a two-shot foul.
For the first time in a long time, Warren Harding has the lead under 10.
Yeah, they're going to come after Senior High now in this fourth quarter. Something fierce.
Jalen Watts just picked up his third personal foul. Let's see if he stays on the floor.
Trey Brown shot good. Mansfield 56, Warren Harding 48. Tigers won the JV game 68-61.
Just kind of get a sense that Warren Harding has saved the big run for the fourth quarter and may jump right back in it.
Second one no good. Rebound though, Kenneth White. Shot no good. Rebound John Bessick. Throws it ahead to Darren Harris. Harris into the front court. Harris into the paint. Lobs it underneath. Not a good shot. Picked up by Bessick, and he scores. Mansfield 58, Warren Harding 48. 7:20 to go in regulation.
Big offensive rebound by Bessick that time. He's got 4 points on the night.
Here's Brown. Kenneth White back to Brown. He'll shoot a three. It's up. It's short. Rebound tipped by Kenneth White, and he controls it. Brings it back out into the Warren Harding front court. Timeout, Warren Harding. We will take a break and be back.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups for Team Jones Chips. He's sweet and spicy at the same time. He's sweet honey barbecue. Sure to put a pucker on your face. Here he is, salt and vinegar. Wow, what a taste. Chips and dip can't do it better. It's sour cream and onion. Here he is, the king of crunch himself. Give it up for Kettle Cooked. And finally, the MVP, the master of Marcel, the all-time #1 All-Star, Original Wavy.
Invite the Jones Chips All-Stars to your next game.
This is the shot by Kenneth White that ended the third quarter, and you can see the ball in the air with under a second. The tip up, does it count? Our guys in the truck say he actually tipped it up off the glass with 0.3 seconds remaining, and it was a good call and a good bucket.
7:04 left to go in the fourth quarter here. Tigers by 10. And Warren G with a basketball. Harden with a basketball, looks, lob underneath, got it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, whistle, turns, charge. So, senior high will benefit from that.
That's the third on Angel Gonzalez. You're watching the WMFD Game of the Week on WMFD Television, 68.1 digital television in Mansfield, Ohio.
John Bessick side out to Jalen Watts. 6:50 to go in the contest. Our last regular season live game. Next week starts tournament. Devin Benson. Montez no up and down. That's a travel. You go up, better give it away.
He lost possession of the basketball on the way up. That would be his argument if this were a court of law. But he doesn't have an attorney representing him, so it's a turnover.
Let's keep the attorneys out of sports, or as I am. No, I think I'm a little too late for that. Murray with it, bounce pass to Gonzalez. Kenneth White, free ball, got it. And now it's 58-51. Warren Harding back to within 7, 6:15 to go in the game.
Double figures now for Kenneth White. He's got 11. Harding as close as they've been in a long, long time, since the very opening moments of the ball game.
And ball goes out of bounds. They say it was last touched by somebody wearing black, so the Tigers get a break, and it'll go back to Mansfield Senior. Keon Johnson into the game, sitting down Montez Norris.
You sometimes forget that number 4 is just a freshman. I mean, last year he's playing junior high basketball, and he's in a ball game like this a year later.
John Bessick goes to the hole, and he is rejected by Kenneth White. And that looked like an easy shot right there and an easy deuce. Nope. Against anybody else in this area, yep. Not tonight. Keon Johnson to Bessick to Darren Harris. Darren, whistle and a foul on the floor before the shot. So side out, not a shooting foul.
Nice defense. Up quickly was Kenneth White to knock the ball away from John Bessick. Foul on Trey Brown. First on Brown. 5:52 remaining in the ball game. In a ball game among competitors that we would expect to see played out at Toledo, Bowling Green. This is a regular season ball game, and it's a doozy.
Jalen Watts, free ball no. Tip Devin Benson no. Rebound comes away to Jesse Harden for Warren Harding. He runs into the front court, lays it up, doesn't get it to go, but Murray's there with a stick back. And all of a sudden, Harden makes it a 5-point game. Warren Harding as close as they've been since the opening moments of this contest. Keon Johnson to Jalen Watts. Jalen from the foul line, a step beyond, he scores. Mansfield 60 and Warren Harding 53. 5:12 to go in the game.
Double figures now for Jalen Watts. He's got 10. Raiders have been a beast on the offensive boards tonight. Second and third opportunities in one trip down the floor.
Kenneth White shoots and scores. 60-55. Warren Harding to within 5. 4:50 to go in the game.
That's 13 for Kenneth White.
Harding has not led all game long, and the Tigers throw it away.
Jalen Watts expected Keon Johnson to head toward the basket under pressure. Instead, he headed toward midcourt. Tigers turn it over for the 17th time.
Gonzalez into the front court. Harden with it. Gives it back over to Murray. Murray to Gonzalez against Harris. He pulls up, he shoots, it's good. Now it's 60 to 57. Timeout Harding. This is as close as they've been since it was 3-0 to start the ball game. We'll take a break and be back.
Community banking is the backbone of our American economy. That's what First Federal Community Bank of Bucyrus, New Washington, and Marysville is all about. This is Phil Gerber, and even though times are tough, you can count on us to be a strong, secure, and stable bank, focused on doing what's best for you, from owning your own home to equity loans to start that new business or purchase a new automobile. We're here to help. It's what we do. First Federal Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
4 minutes, 28 seconds left to go in the contest. Mansfield Senior is led by as much as 17, but they're playing Warren G. Harding, and Warren G. is back to within 3 points at 60 to 57. They haven't been this close since the Tigers led 3-0 to start the ball game.
Somewhere along the line, the message that head coach Steve Arnold meant to send to his ball club by shuffling up the starting lineup tonight. Somewhere in the fourth quarter, I think his team got the message.
It was either do or die. This is Warren Harding's last regular season game.
Trying to finish it up at 17-3 if Warren Harding can get the win tonight, and then wait till a week from tomorrow where they go into action on the 6th of March, 1 o'clock against the Maple Heights Cleveland Lincoln West winner.
Aaron Harris drives to the hole, laid it up, missed it, but a foul on his way to the hoop.
Shooting foul or foul on the floor? Let's see.
And send Darren Harris, well, let's see. He will shoot. He'll shoot two. Now you got to have these.
Jesse Harden guilty of the foul, his third.
From the left. It's up. Missed it short.
Tigers a pretty good foul shooting team. And struggled a little bit tonight.
Second one coming.
Over 65% as a team for the season.
Got that one. 61-57, Mansfield by 4. 4:12 to go in the game.
And that's 29 for Harris now.
Gonzalez into the front court. Gives it off. Harden. Picked up by Keon Johnson. Under 4 to go. Harden lob. Got it to White. Whistle traveled. Made that call right in front of Warren Harding coach Steve Arnold. Coach Arnold really didn't protest too much.
Harding, the number 6 team in the state. They've been as high as number 3. Number 3 is the position currently occupied by the Tigers.
Oh boy, pass inside to John Bessick, picked up by Angel Gonzalez. Gonzalez to the line, pulls up from the foul line, had the shot partially blocked, and a foul call.
Darren Harris will pick up his second.
He didn't like the call. He thought he got all ball, but the man who makes the call didn't think so. Gonzalez from the right, 3:40 to go. Team trails by 4. First foul shot, nope.
Gonzalez leads the Raiders with 23. Second to the 29 scored by Darren Harris, but your point a moment ago, well taken. Going to get back in it. Got to make the foul shots down the stretch. 3:40 to go.
Next one from the right. Once again, Gonzalez got it. It's a 3-point game. One possession, 61-58. 3:35 to go in the contest. Watts double teamed right at about midcourt. They turn it over.